Hey, welcome. Here's a little taste of my upcoming course called Taking Thoughts Captive. It's about how to use the techniques of mindfulness to help rein in the troubling, anxious, or fearful thoughts you might be having during this difficult time. So here's what to expect over the next few days. There will be 4 parts to this introductory course. Here's what's coming up. In this first section of the course, I'm going to define mindfulness and give some background information about how it's currently being used in various forms of psychotherapy and counseling. In the second part of the course, I'll talk about the benefits of operating in the now rather than dwelling in the past or in the future. And in the third section, I'll discuss some specific details about how directing your attention to what's going on in the present will help to free you from being captive to your automatic behavior and responses. The last part of the course will give you some detailed information about what's available in my full-length course, Taking Thoughts Captive. In this section, I'm going to discuss what mindfulness is not. There are a lot of misconceptions about mindfulness. First of all, it's not a relaxation technique. A lot of people think that the purpose of mindfulness is to bring about a sense of relaxation. And although the practice may indeed bring a sense of peace and relaxation, that's not its purpose. Mindfulness is all about cultivating attention. Relaxation is merely a byproduct. Mindfulness is not a religion. There's a good bit of controversy about whether mindfulness is a religious practice or not. While mindfulness meditation had its roots in ancient Buddhism, the scientific practice of mindfulness as a way to focus attention on the now has been stripped of all religious associations. There is no aspect of worship involved in the scientific practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness is not a way to change thoughts. The cultivation of attention to the present moment isn't about changing thoughts. It's about identifying thoughts and developing an understanding of them. This may, in fact, lead to change, but that's not the intention of the mindfulness practice. Mindfulness is not a way to block thoughts or to stop thinking. A common misconception about meditation is that the goal is to block thoughts or to clear the mind from thoughts. Often people tell me, I want to learn to meditate so I will think less. You cannot stop thinking. Thinking happens automatically. Just try to stop thoughts. You will produce more thoughts by doing so. It's a never-ending struggle. Mindfulness can help you to create more distance to your thoughts. You can learn to observe them rather than to identify with them, blindly believing them and or getting absorbed by them. So mindfulness introduces a space for thoughts to be witnessed. When you have the power to observe thoughts, you can make the conscious choice to do something with them or not. Mindfulness doesn't mean let go of the thought and focus on the breath. Rather, it means observe the thought and make a conscious decision about what to do with it. Mindfulness is all about conscious intention and action, not about blindly following a certain practice. Mindfulness is not a way to be concerned with the future anymore. It's impossible. It's impossible for the human brain not to be concerned with the future or to keep from remembering the past. Mindfulness brings balance to our thinking. At the heart of mindfulness is the cultivation of attention to the present moment. The most common reason why people fail to pay attention to the present moment is that they are occupied by thinking often about the past or the future. And last, mindfulness is not impossible to investigate scientifically. The scientific community is actively conducting research on the benefits of mindfulness, and it's all good. As a matter of fact, mindfulness is a very popular practice with both the public and the scientific community. The number of scientific investigations about the applicability of mindfulness to benefit both the mind and the physical body has been increased exponentially since 2000. The results are overwhelmingly positive. Mindfulness has been integrated into many therapeutic practices over the recent years. For example, mindfulness-based stress reduction, mindfulness-based cognitive therapy, acceptance and commitment therapy, dialectical behavior therapy, and mindfulness-based eating awareness training. So what's a good working definition of mindfulness? For our purposes, it will be keeping one's complete attention to the experience on a moment-to-moment basis in an open and non-judgmental way. Mindfulness is all about the attention component, being able to direct the attention to be able to experience thoughts on a moment-to-moment basis. Mindfulness is all about helping people get in touch with this present moment rather than being preoccupied with thoughts of the past or of the future. In my next session, I'll discuss the 5 components of mindfulness. The first is attention, which I've briefly discussed as being a major component. The second is open awareness. The third is acceptance. The fourth is no identification. And the fifth is choice. Thank you very much for your time and attention. If you have any questions or comments, either leave them in the comments below or contact me at the email address sheila.gravely@thelifist.com. I'm looking forward to talking to you again soon.